It's 6. We all stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
By taking attendance, I'm here, Bob Clark is here. Eileen is here, Jerry is here, do we know?
And Delroy wasn't home when I dropped this packet off, I'm not sure.
And Ray K is on.
And Rick, hi Rick. Okay, I will appoint Eileen as a voting member tonight in place of,
Rich. Rich O'Donnell.
Richard, yeah, Rich. Right. Too many empty seats.
Yeah.
Okay, our first item, our only item of business tonight is to review the plan of conservation and development. And set the date for the public hearing on the document. We've got comments back from the borough board. And I think the best way to do this is a page flip where we recommended. We want to talk about the color coding in here.
Okay, Danielle made corrections up. So that's what you will see, like on the first page, where you see the different, page numbers. Anything that's crossed out or underlined, the red is all of what has been added since the last time we met. So we could just, if anybody sees anything, like I forgot, they changed the date of our regulation zoning regs. So we could bring up the P O C D and screen share. I dropped off a copy to Ray and already of this one,
This one?
this one,
This one.
this one, tonight when I left.
So share screen, I'm going to
Right
put
there.
this one right here. Share, so we should be all set. Ray, can you see it?
Hi, yes,
Okay, good.
Make this up, it's on the screen earlier.
Everything.
There's this guy. Oh,
What do you mean?
I wanted it smaller with that.
You wouldn't be able to read it. I don't think.
Okay,
Yeah, if I keep going smaller.
Okay, starting at the beginning, the contents. This reflects the current revision to the 2013 plan of conservation and development. Couple of points, it's obviously shorter, and all of the maps have been extracted and incorporated as appendices at the end of the document. They're not in this copy, but you've seen them as they've been developed, and they will be in the final copy for the public hearing.
we're just working on cleaning those up, like, font sizes, so it all looks.
So consistent.
Mhm. And I'm gonna get a few new pictures for our P O C D. I was gonna go out with Fred this week. Hopefully, like, I don't know if we want to still do library here or not, you know. We're gonna go around town, take some pictures.
When the sign comes out.
Okay. Acknowledgements, feel funny that my name is first, should it be last?
No, not at all.
Well, do you wanna do your name first before town planner?
No, I meant, I'm the town planner.
Okay.
You mean put town planner, Lori Rotella?
Or tell the town planner,
I think it should be Lori Rotella, town planner,
yes,
Okay.
that's what I was
because it
saying,
looks like it's thanking the town planner and Lori Rotella.
yeah.
Well, we thank both of them.
Right.
Okay, land use department staff, the Borough of Naugatuck Planning Commission, the Borough of Naugatuck Conservation, Borough of Naugatuck GIS, Fred Agee, and the COG staff.
I don't see Danielle's.
I think she put herself as land use staff, so I'm gonna, put Danielle, I want her name written out too, because she did a lot of work on this. Danielle, our,
Grants coordinator.
yeah, but the way they put it, the planning commission, but then they listed you below. I'm just gonna look to see what makes most sense with that. I don't know if you like the way it looks.
Looks fine. I mean, here's what you could do also with town planner, you can lose the comma. If you lose the comma, it says town planner, lawyer, tele, comma.
Yeah,
You can do it that way too.
Okay. Land use staff. Borough of Naugatuck Planning Commission, shouldn't we have their names there, or is it okay to put them on the end?
well, you have it at the end already.
Yeah.
So you have it two.
That's fine.
You've got it in 2 spots.
I know, I don't.
I would just take off the first one.
Survey Commission, Borough of Naugatuck. Borough of Naugatuck. Borough of Naugatuck, okay, I gotta look through that, cause look, it's the Borough of Naugatuck GIS coordinator, like that's
Yeah.
twice.
Fred, yeah.
The Borough of Naugatuck,
And then don't do the comma, because that's Fred's thing.
right,
Yeah, just
And
kind
the-
of clean that up.
COGS staff, including Savannah, Nicole, and Rich Brown. And many others for their guidance in this effort, planning commission members engaged in this effort included. Okay. Very good. Alrighty,
Anybody have comments on Zoom? Okay. Nothing on page 3. Page 4,
I have nothing for that page. Okay, so let me ask you a question. We have the Conservation Commission online, so if they have a comment, can they speak up at this time now, so we don't go back and forth?
no,
Okay, Melissa and Christine, did you hear that?
you just have to raise your hand.
Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said, Lori.
We're going page by page. So when the chair asks if there's any questions or concerns or changes, he's allowing you to speak up at this time also.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Just raise your hand on the thing with the wheel or whatever.
Icon.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're at page 4.
Mhm.
Big.
Basically, this is the same as the last time. Why prepare a plan and summary of the state statute and how the plan will be used.
Has this changed since our packet?
No,
This, well, yeah, this one that was on front of your desk, that's the
Different than
new,
what I received in the,
yeah, what, a few things.
no, I'm just making, I'm just curious. that's all.
Yeah, there was a few other things added. And they should be in red. Okay. I don't know, under how the plan will be used, second paragraph, will you just read that first sentence? I think she needs another word.
it needs another word, yeah.
In order to facilitate the implementation process. This has been designed or,
The P O C D.
Yeah, the P O C D probably.
okay,
Where is this on how,
Midway through page 5.
right?
How will be used, second paragraph.
down next paragraph, right there, first sentence in the second
In
paragraph.
order to facilitate,
With the implementation process, the P O C D,
well, you've got it written there.
yeah, I wrote it,
I'm trying to fix it on this.
no, you can't, I don't think you're in. You're just gonna screen.
Yeah, I can't do it, no.
Okay,
Laura, just so you know, like guiding principles, that looks justified. That paragraph. So, I mean, it looks nice, so if you want to, like, in the final version, if Danielle wants to justify them, it looks a little more professional. Instead of.
so when we talked to Fred about having it justified, writing up justified, he said that's not the way you do something. I don't know, he was in printing at one time. And he says it makes it harder to read.
Well, this one's justified, like,
Yeah.
that guiding one is justified.
Just that one, so should we?
No, I think you go throughout, I think I looked at, when I looked at it this weekend, there's a couple of other ones, they go back and forth.
Okay, so we'll do it.
I mean, I don't
Clean up
care,
with that, with Danielle, like that kind of stuff, I'll clean up, and then by the end of the week, we're gonna post it.
Yeah, most of the rest, this isn't, yeah, there's a couple here, yeah, here.
Alright.
Any comments from Zoom on 4 or 5?
Christine Yanela, go ahead.
Okay, okay, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me all right?
Yep,
Okay, good evening, everybody. I just have a question under, it's the first bulleted sentence under the guiding principles and goals. It says preserve valued community and natural resources. So I'm just wondering, natural resources could mean a lot of different things. So is it okay to say natural, biological, and historical resources? Or is it fine to leave just natural resources and know that it's being referred to as the natural, biological, and historical resources?
I'll write that down. And I will find out. And then if they think it needs to be changed, we will change that, otherwise. So I have this, so you wanted to possibly say preserve valued community and community, natural, biological, and historical resources.
Correct, yes.
Okay, I don't know if that's what they are intending, but I will bring that up.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Any other comments on these 2 pages? Okay, moving on to 6.
that's Wednesday.
What's that?
Commissioner Corner.
Probably over.
Oh.
How you doing, Brad?
Any comments on 6? It's just recitation of the process. 7?
I think the bottom of that first column, I think there's a spacing issue.
Okay, first column,
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 up. So after community developments, I think you can
Okay.
just kind of clean up those 3 lines.
Yeah, because will be located should continue on. I don't understand why that wouldn't,
okay.
One objection I have to all of that is that says the new trade platform on parcel B. It doesn't fit, how about the proposed or future?
Bottom of the first,
Actually,
last word.
the,
so where it says new housing will be located near public transportation, especially the new proposed train platform.
How about the future train platform?
the future.
Yep.
And she said new train station in the note, in the next column. Do you want that changed also?
Yeah.
You might say instead of especially in particular, the proposed.
Was that,
The bottom of the first thing, instead of like, have Danielle wordsmith it, but you might, instead of especially, want to put, you know, oh God, I forgot what I just said, specifically, the proposed one.
I'm not a big fan of the way it starts with the borough will be easy to access and navigate by car, bicycle, transit, and on foot.
I think they can wordsmith that a little.
I just, I think you put the hope is that the borough will be easy to access.
Or land.
The plan is that, yeah,
The plan is that the borough will be easy to access.
I just say to allow, to facilitate, better access for, for the lot.
Yeah, it just sounds
And just-
kind of funky the way it says there. They could just say at the end, instead of there will be a variety, it's encompassing a variety of opportunities.
where are you?
The first line of this top, the second column. The borough will be easy to access and navigate by car, bicycle, transit, and on foot, encompassing a wide variety of opportunities to travel by all these means along all the roads within the borough core along again. Maybe, I guess it's kind of,
Yeah.
I just don't want to make it one big long sentence. But you are in that one. Nope, next side,
Oh,
next row, yeah.
Oh. But I don't like the last 2 sentences.
Okay, streets in the downtown will offer a balance among motor vehicle, I crossed off the and. Motor vehicle, pedestrian and bicycle traffic with an enhanced streetscape that is pedestrian friendly and complementary to the character of the area.
So where you're saying, Bob, like what it says, there is also a need for additional
Yeah,
parking.
that's not a vision statement.
Right.
The borough is working towards future.
The vision
The
statement.
plan should address a need for additional
No,
parking.
the vision statement should be, there will be additional parking provided downtown through the acquisition of.
Instead of also a need.
Yeah, right.
So there will be,
There will be, or the town is working towards.
Well, it's a vision, so there will be.
Right.
Well, that's working toward.
Yeah, well, yeah, working through.
Or the goal to provide additional parking.
the additional parking.
Where you started with additional parking in the downtown core. Is a goal of this plan?
No. There will be additional parking in the downtown core through the acquisition of additional parking sites, enhanced parking sites, something like that. Make the both vision and action. Forward. Anyone else? Great.
So we're gonna figure out that last one, I'll talk to her about.
Yeah,
Is it just under the two pictures there where it says Norwich downtown is a valuable asset to the community? Should it say the downtown of Naugatuck is a valuable asset? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which way it's been said.
Could you put, there will be additional parking in the downtown core through the various forms of acquisition of properties or to.
something on that.
Acquisition is design. Leaves it over.
Because they are doing design, they're designing new parking for the Church Street and, yeah,
Keep it simple.
acquisition and design of the downtown core.
I think just acquisition design is sufficient.
Yeah.
This is a vision. We can devolve into specifics and topical subjects constantly. And 10 years from now, when people are saying, what?
Yeah. Did it change?
Okay, so I put there will be additional parking in the downtown core through acquisition and design.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just keep it.
Simple,
Yeah,
okay. So.
First sentence, I don't think we need a capital H on history, a capital I on indigenous, or a capital P for peoples. And at the end of that paragraph, at the end of that line, we don't need a comma after river.
Probably studying a book for the history of mountain.
Oh,
Is that a citation? I don't know.
I think somebody wrote it. Whoever it is.
And you're right, the Nordic River and associated tributaries acting, yeah.
I mean, they kind of go back and forth in the paragraph, like in the third line. People's, that's uppercase, but farther down it's not,
So it should be smaller, right?
Should all be lowercase.
all lowercase,
Unless they're citing something that was written.
right? Which if we're citing something that's written, we're not citing it.
Right.
I don't think we are. What's native land? Do we need that?
Let me see. Many others.
Yeah, that's supposed to follow a link, and I'm not sure why that was there. If you're here for a meeting, it's next week.
Oh, we're here, it's for you. How are you?
For you,
Nice to see you, Doc. Ah, there are some people here that I know, and like, not you.
We're in the middle of a meeting here. Where do you think you're going?
I didn't know. Started this here. You already started? Oh, we worked,
Yes,
yes,
this is the plan commission.
I know. Sorry about it. Good to see you. Hey, you give me a trouble.
Anybody mind if I close the door?
No, not at all.
It's supposed to be open.
Oh,
Cool. It don't matter. You
can
can
walk
walk
in
in
our
your own door.
Close the doors.
It was a hassle. Thank you. Yeah. The 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth paragraph is 2 sentences, I'm not really quite sure if we want to say something else.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's just 2 lines, I don't know. Does it?
Oh, the Connecticut Connecting Naugatuck to its history is a collection of historic properties.
But it's not really saying these, like. I don't know, doesn't, I think it's missing something. And the map is to the next paragraph, the map is to the right, not the left. And then assets has a hyphen and downtown has a hyphen, that don't need to be there.
Okay,
Yeah, those 2 sentences are actually part of the following paragraph.
Okay. That might make a little more sense.
down,
So just link them.
So the space shouldn't be.
Yeah. So easy roadway access to the highway in. And then connecting Naugatuck, its history is a collection, that is the intro. And so it's not a separate paragraph, it's.
it goes with the one before it,
Right.
so move that.
Goes to the one after.
One after.
So remove the space.
Yeah,
What's one on top, along? Did that change to a long or along? I didn't understand that.
Maybe.
We'll
It should
change
say
it along. Let's,
One more.
not a long, yeah, one word.
It looks like they separated though, he's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gary's right, looks like they moved it apart, looks like it was right the first time.
okay, so cross that off.
And then now it's like 1887, is that referring to a map?
The picture of the map.
The picture, they don't want it in there.
The space, the animal.
Maybe,
Actually, you could probably put it on the photo
Right. I think.
as a compromise. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where to put it before, but it's probably easier right on the photo, yeah.
Great, let's go.
Yeah. Let's go back.
okay.
This side is in agreement. On page 9, after natural resources, do you want to kind of indent?
but before you go there,
Sorry,
it's in the, where the map is, At the same time, there are no predominant architectural themes that define the downtown. It's like down hyphen space
Yeah, they
town.
said that, yeah, I
That's
got
what-
that.
yeah.
Oh, you did say, okay.
Yeah. I didn't like those items.
Yeah, I missed that when you were talking. I must have been closing the door.
Just for opinion, that's just me. So on page 9, we want to indent for the natural, environment.
Yeah, both of them, right?
Oh, well, I
Yeah,
think it's all 4, because they're bulleted.
So it looks like what she was, see. In the beginning on page 5. Those were, the headings were indented. Should we pull those out?
Yeah, I mean, those actually, they stick out, and like,
So
4 is
should,
one way, 5 is another way, and then 9's like the opposite of all of them.
so should we have her put indent natural environment and regional influences?
Yeah, typically they're indented, this actually goes the other way.
Why are the red lines there?
Where, those are where changes.
Both change areas.
Oh, okay.
Back to page 8.
Wait,
1, 2, 3. 3 lines up from the bottom. Including parcels A and B will be developed rather than should be. I mean,
Yeah.
it's underway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's that?
3 lines from the top, 3 up from the bottom.
Oh, should be.
I'd
It
say-
becomes will. It's a positive statement.
Or proposed,
Yeah.
we'll go with proposed again.
proposed to be developed. Okay, we'll call will be developed.
Yeah.
How about are being developed?
Tell me. Let's go for a walk.
Yeah. no.
Those lines are proposed.
There was an ad in the paper.
It's confusing.
Yeah, because we're proposed to be. Scheduled to be, planned to be.
Supposed to be. You got it seriously.
Are you to page 9 now?
Yep, any comments from Zoom? We'll move on to 9.
I have to find out about this 5 different watersheds. Where that came from.
It goes be indented, the bullets under natural environment.
Yeah, that's,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I think it matters.
and the headers too, but she said the bullets.
I don't think I like the second Naugatuck River. I don't know, it looks. The way it starts off, everything else is a sentence,
Yeah, it should say like, the river divides the borough in half from north to south.
yeah.
The river receives all the water from surrounding watersheds and.
Yeah. To make it sound in compliance, we know how to river divides to go.
I think it's the rivers, I think it's multi-purpose, not multi-use, I mean, that's choppy, that's.
Okay, so the Naugatuck River divides the borough in half from north to south and receives all the water from surrounding watersheds.
Perfect. third bullet, do we want to lose one of those areas? That are back to back?
Which one for you?
Those two aquifer protection areas which. You could probably wordsmith it a little, remove one.
So it should say like there are two aquifer protection areas which overlay ahead. Yeah, like you said, you've got the areas where.
How about both which overlay high quality?
Okay, you could do that.
And I put periods after all the sentences, the first one, the fourth one, and the third one and the fourth.
Begin with the Naugatuck State Forest creates a large tract being roads.
Somebody raise their hand, is that what that was?
No, I won't say anything. Under regional influences, Nargis sits near the center of the Nargis Valley. I think it says Nargis is the center of the Nargis Valley.
It's Naugatuck
Yeah.
Valley.
Is the center.
I'm gonna just say the valley.
What are we saying? Naugatuck. What are we changing that to though? Or is that, we're leaving?
Christine, go ahead, and Melissa, Christine first, then I'll go to Melissa.
Okay, this doesn't have to be done. It doesn't have to be written into the document, but we do have major brooks that flow into the Naugatuck River. And some of them have some historical significance, especially the Fulling Mill Brook and especially the Long Meadow Brook area or water. So one of my tasks for the Conservation Commission was to get a list of all the brooks that enter into the Naugatuck River. And, you know, I have the list here, but as I'm looking at some of the maps, there are more brooks than I ever saw before in my life in Naugatuck. So I just wanted to pass that through. Maybe someday, if there are amendments made to the document, we could add the brooks, the names of the brooks and the tributaries that fall into the Naugatuck River. Thank you.
Christine, we were looking to put them on, list them on one of our maps. Not called out just as Naugatuck bodies of water, but I'm working with Fred to put the Long Meadow Brook Pond, Spruce Brook, Cold Spring Brook, Fulling Mill Brook listed on a map.
And Beacon Hill Brook. And they
Beacon
also
Hill,
have,
Street
there's,
Swell Brook, March
yeah.
Brook, Pigeon Brook.
you know, I have all those too, and I'm thinking, I never heard of these brooks in my life, but yeah, that's great, Lori. That's great. It's a better place on a map, right?
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Melissa?
Is the Naugatuck State Forest definitely permanently protected? Do we know that? Because I know in the past they weren't all. They could be sold off by the state, but I don't know specifically about our forest. And I don't know how to check that.
I don't know that. It is under the authority of the state of Connecticut, so.
I just put a note that we'll check this. Just
Okay,
back
thanks.
on it.
Thank you.
You can always change that line to something that the Norfolk State Forest falls under the guidance of DEP or something. You would have to get them to say about the permits, you know.
Yeah, I'll find out what they know.
Just transit to creates a large tract of state control open space of the borough.
Yeah,
Creates a large tract
Either
of,
permanent or not permanent, but
yeah, it's the permanent word that's
Yeah.
the,
So what are we saying, Naugatuck creates a large tract of,
Preserved open space under the guidance and authority of state of Connecticut.
Yeah. Cause we can't do anything about it.
Right,
I mean, the state could make it an airport next week. I'm glad we didn't.
Halifax.
don't give an
Why do you
idea.
say that out loud?
The only person I have remaining on page 9 is the person of the Valley Council of Governments. Notice in Naugatuck Valley of Governments. Is that a separate entity? Or we talking about the same thing?
Last
NBC.
paragraph.
Yeah, I think you need the word council of governments there. The word
There's
council
about
is
a council,
missing.
yeah.
I don't want to create more agencies.
I think the last sentence, transportation would be lowercase t, and I'm not quite sure if we should do and. For the natural environment, both lowercases.
current drafts of repeating.
Okay.
Yeah. I like several regional priorities and areas, including transportation and.
And natural environment.
Yeah.
Small and
Small e,
small e.
I write papers. And I have to correct my own work all the time. Yeah, I gotta home and do that tonight.
Should it be environments or natural environment?
I don't know what they were trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of choppy, see what they want to say.
I have no corrections to page 10.
Maybe in the picture. Okay, so a lot of these demographic stuff, when I think Naugatuck Valley Council of Governments looks at it, they could fact check that kind of the numbers themselves. Because I'm not 100% sure, like on one side, Naugatuck contains 12,876 housing units. And on here, it was something different.
I think in order to protect the integrity document, in parentheses after that paragraph, you just put down the source of the information.
Yeah,
Because there are different sources.
At the end of the demographics or,
Right, demographic, wherever the figures in a paragraph come from. You just note source.
NBCOG has provided demographic statistics.
Because other people might look at it and say, oh my God, that's different than what I seen over here, here's the reason why.
Okay. So in the first paragraph, the word sentence over the right side, state doesn't need to be capitalized. And then in the last sentence, high school diploma doesn't need to be capitalized.
Yeah, correct.
Next paragraph, towards the bottom, state's rate of growth, that doesn't need to be capitalized, and then. Third line from the bottom of that paragraph, and the second, state and region don't need to be capitalized.
That's for sure.
Second.
this is some.
Oh, the first one? Oh, no, didn't get that one, Gary, got it. In the first paragraph, there's region on the third line from the bottom.
Right before 28.9.
Yes, perfect.
And where else, the state, region and state in the fourth line down?
Yeah.
And then how about the next line where it says
Minority population?
the 10.60%, while both the state and regions have fallen? Again, those were another area where you said to.
Where do you have that? Oh, state region,
She's
yep.
still up.
Still on paragraph 2, yep.
One still.
Yeah, she's on paragraph 1.
Oh, 1, okay.
States rate again over here. Those are all small s's, the states.
Yeah,
State reading.
This on one has households, this is what I was. On here, that middle paragraph, it says the borough houses a total of 11,483 households. Over here, it says Naugatuck contains 12,876 housing units.
And that's why it's important to put the source of the information, because depending on the source, it will differ. We didn't create these figures.
Okay,
I find it amazing, the last paragraph, the level of education among Naugatuck residents is rising. The borough has a growing number of high school graduates, 29%. But those who didn't graduate from high school apparently did much better, because those with college education or higher education are 62%.
so I gotta find out that 29%, maybe she made a typo there.
I find it amazing that we skip high school and go directly to Harvard Business School.
I did.
We believe that.
And some of the other things, we quote exact numbers like the 11,483. The borough houses a total of over 11,000 units instead of the exact number.
No, we got the exact number from the source.
Right, well,
So
that's,
let's attribute it to the source. And
so you
not
can do parentheses and just say whoever we got it from, that
Right.
makes sense,
Because
blame them.
if you want to correct it to 11,000, then you created this statistic.
yeah, okay.
Don't do that. Otherwise, then we're holding you responsible for everything in Naugatuck.
Does this come from NVGRT?
I don't know about this page.
Well, all I'm saying is, wherever it came from, give them credit. Or blame, call it credit. So you think the 29% is a typo?
It's possible. I'll find out.
Well,
Yeah.
or they just can reword it.
Mhm.
And that sentence, in that sentence, the shouldn't be. The before borough shouldn't be capitalized either.
Oh,
Almost like they got rid of the period.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what was with that.
It's a period, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. It has been rising between the years of 2015, 2020,
period.
capital T.
So then period,
Yeah,
it's
period,
not capital, yeah.
capital T.
Well, then have them fix what's that sentence.
Back in the first paragraph,
Mhm.
state graduation rate, I don't think it's 263%.
I was thinking of saying something
Wow.
else, but I gotta go read that. I saw it there before, but it's like. What is that?
26.3,
That's what I was, yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's,
Yeah. Who knows?
because they do cite other numbers at 28.9, 30.8.
yeah.
I thought we were 200 times the state level,
We're good.
and I'm like, yeah.
We skip high school? What a dad.
Graduated 2 times.
We do really well at math.
This is Rich O'Donnell. Skipping 12, page 12, or you're still on 11. 12 is just the housing.
And where's that picture of?
That looks like Worcester Street,
Oh, I think that is, yeah.
right on the corner
Oh,
of,
Locust, right by
Locust and Worcester. Pavements.
That's.
So do you see on on page 13? Where they have the first paragraph, the last thing where it has in commas, ACS 2017, is that what you're talking about, you want on the front page? That example of,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's perfect.
what is
Yeah.
ACS?
yeah,
What is the ACS then?
I don't know, I'm not sure.
ACS 2017-2021.
The consensus survey.
There you go.
Good read. There's a couple of capitalizations in there that have to be reduced. The lowercase. I don't think you're really supposed to start a sentence with the percentage. That's the first paragraph.
If you do, don't you have to spell it out or not?
Yeah. I think I can wordsmith that.
Where's that? You're on
Third
third.
line down on housing trends. 65%, you don't start with a percentage for the beginning of the sentence.
Oh, now I see it. I don't understand what that means. 65% of housing units are detached or semi-detached.
Single family, like not two family, not attached. Not a condo.
Apartment code. Do you want to spell out or change PO into borough?
Oh, yeah. Nobody's gonna know what that is.
Yeah.
That is 1,117 units underlined.
I don't know. Don't know, okay.
Because when we were counting affordable housing units, it was very important and
We're right. No, I think that maybe because the number changed at one point.
And they're trying to call it out.
And it carried over as a revision.
Well, it also agrees to the bottom of the page on the chart.
It's not underlined in here, this came out of our affordable housing plan. It's underlined in here too. In our affordable housing plan, for some reason, that one is underlined and that's where this came out of,
So it must have just been copied over. Copied and pasted.
yeah.
does not need to be written.
Go ahead, Christine.
The acronym ACS, the initials ACS, did you find out what it meant? It means, if you didn't, it means the American Community Survey, and it has something to do with the median home values. It represents the median home value of owner-occupied housing units in the state based on the American Community survey. So that's what the ACS stands for.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what I meant to say.
That's what I thought you said. That's what I heard.
But it's of value as we go through this. To identify that. It should, there's a lot of green. Marie did not make these figures up. She got them from,
Stand in the cold.
Library next door.
So just by chance, the rental units assisted in Naugatuck is the same as the Chapa?
Where are you?
Good chart.
Yeah, this is my chart, yeah. Page 14. Okay.
The 2, 3. I guess the 2, 3, 12.
That's what I was asking again.
Yeah, single family mortgages is
totally different
from rentals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you add up 493, 312, and 312.
I think it's
Well,
just,
all right, it's from the state, it's attributed to the state.
okay, so let's just play it in
They're
See
just
if
saying
we
by
win.
chance, how did the 312, why isn't it 312, 318?
Yeah, we get the number, the CHFA loans comes right from the state.
It's just odd that they were both the same
And
number.
that, what we cite at the end of that chart, the source, that is.
Yes, and it's sourced right there, State of Connecticut Department of Housing.
Okay. The pictures are beautiful. Those are new.
Going down to 15 then.
I know.
I think you need a space between encourage and housing. Under guiding policy to expand housing options, comma, encourage space housing. Looks like it's one word.
I don't know where you are.
Right here.
Right at the top. Yeah, some of those, when we do the italics, they're really close together.
Yeah, it could be that, but this looks like it's rather close. Because it looks like a space between housing and creation. Does not look like there's a space between encourage and housing.
Nope.
Hold on, I gotta get back. I want to see something. So now,
You know what, there's font changes too. Styles, I know this because I once got in trouble, we got dock points in the paper for not writing all in Times New Roman.
Well.
Well, you gotta use that or you got points taken off. I hate that, professor, but nonetheless, there's different fonts in there. I don't know if that's important to you or not, it's just something I hope we can remember.
so, oh, okay. On page, the whole document, or are you just saying this page?
Well, this is the first time I noticed it, but yeah, I'm the guiding policy is one font. I think recommended policy is different and housing strategy is definitely different, so
You have 4 fonts there.
Gregorian and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
it looks like recommended policy champion could be even at
Yeah,
a
yeah.
smaller,
Yeah, that's a different one too.
yeah.
There's 4 fonts there between the first line, second line has 2 and.
And housing recommended actions is definitely bigger than housing strategies.
Okay, so I'm gonna say font.
I mean, it could be 12 and 11 or 10 and 9 for size of type.
I just put fonts and font sizes to be checked, so they could.
It almost looks like housing recommended actions to me is bold and housing strategies isn't.
Yeah. It's probably the size, pitch.
Could be.
I think the recommended policy champion should be the Naugatuck Housing Authority.
Yeah.
And then in the housing strategies, we gotta just lose all the capitals. Except where needed.
Under strategy.
I think in the second paragraph, in the second line item, we should put and between opportunities and limit. And then on 3, just write out and instead of,
Under housing recommended actions, you have one twice.
yeah. Ed, do you think we should do CBDG, small cities loans, let's spell it all out?
Collaborating.
Well, we're going to housing authority through grant writing, administrative partnerships, such as through small city
Nobody's gonna know what it is.
block grants. It should say small city block grants, not loans, but it's block grants,
I know.
block grant program.
I'm still at the number 2000.
Which one?
I'm right at the beginning.
Yeah, recommended policy
We had
change,
it.
Naugatuck Housing Authority. It doesn't have to say the, it should just say Naugatuck Housing Authority.
Okay, now get to housing authority, and then we have to go to housing strategies. I put fonts and font sizes. But then
Just
all
verify.
of these have to be collaborate with the Naugatuck Housing Authority, that's okay. But promote and then put a small H, all of these you're saying.
Yep,
And limit blight, is that what you were saying?
yep,
And then mapping and revitalization, spell it out.
yep.
Okay, establish a fair rent commission, that should all be capital, right?
Yeah, I think that's because it's a body. It's an organization.
Opportunities to apply should be lowercase.
I got the old, the address regulations and revitalization. Okay. Got it. Okay, what are you saying that on number 1, small city?
Well, I would just say as such as,
Yes, through the.
I don't know if you need the word through.
Okay, collaborate with the Naugatuck Housing Authority to grant writing and administrative.
So small cities is under, community development block grant.
Right.
You go back one. Under strategies. Eliminate 4.
Establishment. You don't like that, okay?
We have,
No, because we have it.
we
We
have,
have done it, yeah. we've
Yeah,
done
they
that.
said
and we say it in the
establishment.
next paragraph.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's see, well,
Item 15, use the established fair rate commission.
Okay.
Just under establishing fair rate commission. Would somebody please explain to me what seek opportunities to address regulation means?
Where's that one?
Strategy 5.
Seek opportunities to address regulations.
Anybody,
oh, so could we be considered, trying to get the. Let's see, as far as like state regulations, or do you think it's, for us to make our quotas and whatnot, our limits?
Well, it's under housing strategies. I would think it would be seek opportunity to address housing regulations. But just address regulations, I don't get.
if somebody had said seek opportunity to modify zoning regulations to impact density where appropriate. But seek opportunity to address regulations,
You don't know what they're talking about, right?
Is it when fishing season opens?
Yeah.
So you're suggesting
It's,
seek
this is
up,
a guiding document. You look towards the future. Here are 10 actions for your town's affordable housing. All of it involves working with zoning. Cluster homes.
Well, no, I mean, I would say
But
that
this
you could
statement
go to
right here
state
means,
regulations, I mean, not just local.
this means nothing.
No,
It's a
Very
meaningless
general.
sentence.
okay, so let's beef it up a little. Suggest, seek up.
To address, how about local and state regulations
Address.
that relate to
Well, I think it should say local and state housing regulations.
housing regulations?
Because it's under housing strategies.
Seek opportunities to address.
I wouldn't limit it just to zoning. I didn't write it. You're not offending me.
So seek opportunities to address regulation, to address local and state housing regulations. Sounds better?
Big opportunities to address regulations which may, impede additional affordable housing. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so seek opportunities to address,
But this isn't it's strictly designed for affordable housing, they're just housing options.
no. But the sentence is so nebulous that it gives no direction nor vision.
I think we're seeking, because we don't know what.
because we don't know what the meaning was, what it was supposed to mean.
We go back a little further. We all bypassed making the housing authority the policy champion. And the first strategy is
I
for the
know.
housing authority to collaborate with itself.
I did realize that, I'm like, I don't understand, but
And
valid point.
go one step further.
Yeah, it's number one too.
If, how is the housing authority gonna handle mapping, and how are they going to be the champion to address regulations, assuming we can straighten the words out? Are they the right champion?
I'd say no.
I say no.
You need a policy champion.
Yep.
Land use office,
Say again,
land use office,
how about land use office and borough board? If you wanna go after regulations.
Yeah.
yeah, fine.
Well, no. Makes sense.
Well, we can tie that in.
And then you could have, collaborate with the housing authority.
Yeah,
You can do that then.
yeah, they have,
We are.
So land use office, you want me to put borough board, or do you want me to put borough board of mayor and burgess?
I think you should because.
yeah.
Board of Mayor
Board of
Burgess
Mayor
and-
Burgess.
Board of Mayor and Burgess.
And land use office.
And you put in parentheses, BOMB.
So So put land use office after the borough board.
Yes, I,
Then five becomes seek opportunities to address existing regulations impeding town objectives.
Housing optimum, yeah.
Impeding what?
Impeding town objectives. I'm trying to avoid laying everything on zoning. I'm trying to be very politically correct.
I, I struggle with under housing recommended actions, why we have collaborate with the Norfolk Housing Authority through grant writing and administrative partnerships such as small cities grants. They can only do stuff for their own buildings.
Right.
They can't do stuff outside of it, so I don't understand. We already have collaborate under strategies above.
And we could use, if we lose an extra one, we already have one there.
I just don't understand what that. The small city grant program.
I mean, it's in the housing authority's best interest to work with us to get the funding, like they're doing for the heat pumps.
Right, that's. And that's basically a state objective right now is to do stuff with the housing authorities. With, when it comes to small cities.
Are you saying take out number one, the first number one?
Yeah.
Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
Under three, I think the words following the second item are needed.
I think you do need it, just to like, make sure we understand the objective. Like, people might read this the other way and think we're trying to do something else.
Critical, to me, it's pretty much negative connotation on. Oh,
No, they're not mobile homes, I don't think,
No, mobile
no, how, so they can move from place to place.
Yeah.
So it's not mobile homes.
I thought like you, Gary, at first it was mobile housing, but I'm understanding that this is. Where people are getting vouchers. That can move to other towns.
Have a voucher and move from Chester to Naugatuck.
Right.
It travels with you rather than being down.
You have to stay for a certain length of time,
Right.
time in the town, and then you can relocate. Take your voucher with you.
that makes more sense now.
I agree entirely.
Do we wanna remove the word mobile just not to confuse people?
I think, yeah, I think the word mobile should be out of there. It should be just housing voucher program. I don't see why you need the word mobile.
It's a specific program.
Now, the specific program is rental assistance program. Which we were highlighted. how they have what they have in the within the program, I mean,
Advocate for the expansion to create transportable vouchers.
well, I mean, I think we're trying to advocate for the people that are here. I don't think we're trying to import people. I think we're trying to say, hey, we want them to put money towards their food and their kids, as opposed to like get some sort of subsidies so that they're not paying. So I think the way I read it, as we're trying to do subsidies for our residents, we're not trying to import people. And the
No.
first half sounds like import, the second half sounds like we're trying to take care of our residents.
And the problem here is what the state is driving the program. The state is driving the mobile voucher. What I think the intent here is to encourage Connecticut to expand that, so more Naugatuck residents are eligible. Which is what you're speaking about, we're helping the people who are here. The problem is the name of the program. If the state said, we're gonna expand the program and another 1,000 people in Connecticut and Naugatuck are eligible. We'd be happy.
That was a police fire program.
Mhm.
Going to call what it is.
Yeah. I think you're better off doing that, what you just said, because that's what it's exactly called.
The housing choice voucher program.
Right, because that's, you can come here and get, Naugatuck has a certain amount of vouchers. And if you lived here for a certain length of time, you can take your voucher and move to another town. And then that gets taken over by the state of Connecticut. It's no longer under the housing authority. So it's almost like two different programs.
So it's called Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program.
Right, right.
So it's twofold. There's rental assistance program in Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program.
And this one, she's talking about the RAP program. The RIP, the rental assistance program.
So from what we have just heard, would it be proper to say advocate for the expansion of Connecticut housing choice voucher program?
Yeah, I think that would be better.
So
So
are we gonna put
Connecticut,
Section 8 there?
No.
Cause that's what the name of the program is. I know people won't be happy, but I'm just telling you, that's what it says.
advocate for the expansion of Connecticut's apostrophe yes housing choice voucher program. And then the hyphen, the rental assistance program,
That program, also known as the rental.
Well, this is a
This
doc,
is United Way of Connecticut.
that's a state doc.
So RAP is, but the section 8 is funded with federal dollars. And
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
the section 8 is funded with federal dollars, where RAP is state. So here she's advocate for the expansion of Connecticut's housing choice rental assistance program, so it's not the section 8 housing choice voucher, that one's federal. We do have that, but when you look up what is the Connecticut rental program, assistance program. Says the state program was modeled after the federal section 8 housing choice voucher program. It's almost identical. The main difference is the RAP is funded with state dollars and section 8 is funded with section 8 federal dollars.
So in this case,
This
the
is RAP.
housing choice voucher would actually all be capital, because they actually call it HCV at the state.
moving pretty long.
What is 16 supposed to say? Oh, that's indented. That's what- Fixing the bottom of the page, it actually relates to the bottom of the page.
Number 10, you should take off the word blight enforcement. It is just the enforcement task committee. It's more than just blight. Well, it's building enforcement, it's
I know.
zoning enforcement, it's addresses all enforcement.
There's no first word, it's not zoning enforcement, it's just.
No, we have a group that meets
More like a task.
from the town hall. It's like a task force to just discuss. And the building department's there. I'm there representing blight. I'm also there representing zoning enforcement. So a lot of people just sit here and say, oh, the blight meeting. It's not just blight.
What is it?
It's called the Enforcement Task Committee. That's what I call it. Other people refer to it as the blight thing. And I'm like, no, it's the Enforcement Task Committee.
That's its official name.
Yes.
I can find that somewhere.
No, just on his agenda.
Yeah.
Then let's not name a committee that is not recognized and not named.
Well,
So what's the proper terminology here?
Well, we have an enforcement committee that's made up of department heads.
We don't. We have a task force of department that's trying to get something done.
Okay,
There's
so,
nothing in writing that says we have an enforcement committee. So let's
right,
not
it's
make
not
that
a,
mistake.
it's not a legal.
enforcement task meeting,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, enforcement task.
change it to meeting.
Yeah, it says enforcement task committee
All right.
from you.
Yeah, right.
What are we gonna say, I'm a little lost now, continued use of the municipal.
Take off the word blight.
Yeah, that's all you needed to take off.
No,
It's not just addressing blight, that's all I'm saying. It's it addresses more than just blight.
It
And
actually
that's what
says
the
that,
agenda said.
Right,
it actually says address blight concern and its health and safety. Real
we
quick,
no longer have a skunk farm on a piece of property smaller than a half acre.
it smells skunk everywhere, not right now.
I know, but that's, and they're gonna address it.
Number 4, should that be public, private, should that be hyphen or a tax base, I bet, hash mark, we call that thing.
it could be slash, either,
Instead of, I don't know if hyphen's okay or not.
yeah, it's the same thing,
We'll ask,
it's a choice.
wordsmith.
I'd say it's, the hyphen's probably good, pretty good, because it is a combination, it's not a choice, it's, the venture combines both parties. So that's why.
Public.
Keep that. Can someone remind me what CBD is?
Central
Central Business
Business
District.
District.
Thank you.
Where did you see it?
Second page 16, do we want to put after the central, after number 5, we want to see, sorry, 16. After, on 5, can we do a parentheses? And put, CBD, close parentheses, so then when we see it, people like me won't be confused.
Put CBD in parentheses.
Yeah, near, 5, just so when we refer to it on page 16.
Oh,
Anytime you put a.
Yeah.
Acronym, you're supposed to put in parentheses, that's the very first time you say it. So then start pour out, and say CBD.
don't want.
PTSD tonight. Okay, so I guess this is, so number, I don't know what it is, the red inked one. So the Board of Mayor and Burgesses recommended we remove it.
Yeah, I don't know why. Consider the feasibility of amending accessory dwelling unit regulations. It's just considering, like Bob,
Don't bother.
Straight out of the affordable housing plan.
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me, that they do that.
They're
if
keeping it
their
in.
recommendation, we could keep it in.
But do you know their logic?
No,
Okay.
they didn't have, I don't know if they had any because they made the vote and then they came back with this, so I don't understand.
They didn't give any notes at all?
No.
As a whole. Our Board of Mayor and Burgesses are against restrictions on the action that they would like to take. But that's neither good nor bad, that's where they're at. I am in favor of keeping this in here because it ties directly in to everything else that we've done. And if there's an objection, please have them come and explain what the objection is.
It
Well,
doesn't,
it says, this is, guess what, we're not, we're saying consider. We're not asking for a change or adopt or those words.
If the opportunity presents itself, consider it.
And I think if we stand firm and use the word consider, I'll give you another example. I once proposed that any property that wanted to come into ownership of through non-payment of taxes, through condemnation, or whatever, be considered for affordable housing. I first got a gut reaction, was absolutely not, I'll never agree to that. Months later, yeah, because considering something might take 15 minutes.
And they didn't object to it here.
No,
That's the big one.
and it's in our, here's our goals, affordable housing, this is coming from our adopted affordable housing plan. Consider deed restricting any property that comes to own through abandonment, unpaid taxes or other means, that's what Bob was
right,
suggested we put in. There's no reason why we shouldn't consider
right.
amending our regulations, and we opted out of what the state wanted us to do. Because they were very specific and we didn't wanna do that, we wanted to consider amending them after the fact,
You're
like,
talking about the ADUs.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is what they want to take out. And I don't think they're understanding what this was.
No, I'm in favor of leaving it in. I also approve all of the nice renumbering in blue.
Where are you at, Hopkins?
In 16,
We
what
popped
do you
over to
mean?
16.
Oh, yes, we'll renumber everything, so it's 1, 2, 3, 6.
I don't see that on my 16 here.
So
Yeah, because yours is different.
Okay, I'm just saying, I don't, this is all that's on my 16.
Oh, yeah, you're missing it.
yeah, you're missing.
It's just when you get these copies that are
Okay,
marked,
that's what's confusing me. I'm like, I don't see that. On this,
We're just trying to.
you know, I
trick you.
might have not given,
but that's fine. You got the one that's gonna be changed anyways.
Okay, we all agree to keep it in?
yes,
Agreed. 17, where's that, out of curiosity?
that picture, I don't know, it's probably up in the.
I think
area.
that is, isn't that
That's right beside Bomber's.
Bomber's Pond? Yeah, that's the Bomber's Pond.
Oh.
Off the field, just off of Field Street.
Yeah, see, sorry, back to 16.
It's too late.
I mean, cut out, for example, and especially,
Where?
Oh, that's what I
The
said
first
before,
four
like,
words.
that was, yeah, I
Yeah, I
didn't
didn't know
like,
what that meant.
I don't know, that was what I started this whole thing with, I don't know.
What's that, oh, for example,
The bottom of 15.
And
sorry.
especially if some deed restricted affordable housing units are
Yeah, I
provided.
don't know what the hell that meant,
I don't know what that line meant.
it's,
nobody does.
it's supposed to be.
that's a
those-
lead in for the stuff on the next page,
Right,
but I just don't like the words,
No,
for example, I would
Yeah, well, to start, yeah.
so how would we start it
just
then?
drop them off.
Drop 'em off.
If deed restricted affordable housing units
Yes,
are
please,
provided.
yeah, that
then-
was driving me crazy.
Some deed restricted. Start with if some or just
Yeah,
if,
Yeah,
okay, and then
my recommendation is to
push
push
it
it
to
over
the
to the
back,
next
so
page.
Yeah.
on top of that, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because like you said,
What is
it
it?
goes into that,
It looks,
right?
You insert page breaks, it doesn't for you, and you're all good. Saves you hours and.
Anyone have their hand up on Zoom?
No,
okay. 18.
I think 20th century zoning's gotta be spelled out.
where, 20 if I see it. E.
That's some quote.
I think them in like office parks. And like in industrial parks. I don't know why we run regular court. Do we think development trends needs to be capitalized?
Where,
Third paragraph,
2023 development trends.
and then it's down a little lower in that same paragraph, I don't know.
so take it out,
Just,
Well, you don't need to
Lowercase.
capitalize, I mean,
well, the second one, that's kind of a sentence. Development trends include
so just like, lose the capital
on the T.
I'm trying to.
yeah,
in the development for the first one.
Development trends on the first one and the trends on the
trends on
second.
the second.
Industrial park doesn't have to be capitalized either.
What the transit oriented development,
Well,
the board is stuff.
Yeah, that,
Q, it's a QD, they capitalize that, but I was wondering that was so.
okay, light industrial commercial
That one I was, I was kind of 50-50 on that one.
of the new, we skipped.
Is
I
it?
said it so low.
I couldn't decide. Like, well, let me go for easier.
Second to last bullet, former, doesn't have to be capitalized.
On 18,
Yeah, the former links is site at the bottom, they've got
Yeah.
former capitalized.
Okay. Great. I don't know if we should call that industrial part 3.
Under high density. Just to be consistent with what we did before. The borough's future new rail platform.
Yeah, I saw that. Where was that?
At the bullet points in the center.
high density transit oriented development located in the borough's downtown. Center around the borough's future.
Future new reality.
Yeah,
Chambers of Commerce are saying.
And the same thing on the second bullet at the bottom of the page.
yeah.
So Lori, what we say before about industrial park 3?
Yeah, industrial park 3, so that's industrial park 3. So where she puts light industrial and commercial infill at the former Lanxess site by way of the creation of a new industrial park. It's industrial park 3, or should we call it out anywhere?
Well, if it just says creation of a new industrial park, I'd do lowercase I, lowercase p, and then, yeah. I mean, then you could put industrial park 3 if it's,
I don't know if we need to or not, I mean.
I don't think we need it, because we'll
So
probably
just
change it by the.
A small I and P here. Industrial park.
Yeah.
And then New Haven rail line, okay, but down here, future new rail line platform, is that all capital rail line?
I don't think
I don't see why you need that.
Cause she's not calling it the New Haven rail.
Right, just rail line platform should just be lowercase.
On 18, you have trans hyphen oriented development, but on 19, they're not hyphenated.
And it's not down here either, so. Transit oriented should be hyphenated, I guess.
Or not.
You want it in a dish or in the container?
No, in the container. Yeah.
Listen,
Oriented development, yeah, it's on there.
It's her.
somebody,
She doesn't make it.
oh,
You done?
Huh?
Did you get done?
Yes, they're muted. Ray muted himself.
So. Transit oriented development is not hyphenated when you look up.
Yeah, I
TVs.
don't see why you need to hyphen it.
Is it capitalized when you see it there or not?
It is, no, only when they called it out in the beginning, transit oriented development.
I think when you're using it as the noun, compared to just an
Yeah,
idea,
because
then
it's capitalized
later-
like crazy in there.
yeah.
So here, it was only in the first paragraph, was it? Capitalized and it was bolded, so it was kind of the beginning of the paragraph. Everywhere else, it's just,
Is that a title of something?
kind of, well, it says transit oriented development is the exciting fast growing trend. Blah, 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 also known as TOD, and then the next paragraph, it says transit oriented development, but it's just regular. Yeah,
So I would just put a note, like, just look at it when you go through these pages, because
It doesn't think I like.
Scrambled.
do we want to put former, general datacom property?
where is that?
Sorry, top of page 19.
Start full, third one down.
All equals by are available there.
It's
Yeah, the
the
former.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
Okay.
Peter Paul, though, she keeps it as Peter Paul, but is that because the borough now owns the general data?
No, I do former, well,
Because Peter Paul still owns,
Well, it's what we refer to it as too.
what, Peter
Peter
Paul?
Paul still owns it. Well, no, Hershey owns it. But
But that's what they call it, but general data count, we don't call it that.
Okay, nobody's gonna know what the event center is.
Right.
It's a full
I
form.
still work for GDC all the time.
Yeah.
Used to say it.
Is the town property underneath supposed to go to the left, or does it belong there?
River Avenue. Okay, something is not right with that. Those sites are available.
Left justified.
Okay,
That should be this, just be a bullet
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
by itself.
By itself.
Well, no, look at what she did above with the transit oriented bubble bubble.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Yeah, but that's,
It's a
has
long-
nothing
it's
to
a long
do,
way from adjacent to general data.
yeah, that has nothing to do with the former. It's just because it's on Rubber Avenue, but it could be its own.
We could call it the Brisbane property, but that's because we're all residents.
The former reverend.
Exactly. So it's town property and River Avenue where the respective public facilities could be developed.
I'm just putting.
Bullet point, no indentation.
Okay.
Well, again, they're talking the public works further up too.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and we didn't modify that.
right,
They're both town property at the present time.
right.
So I'd say adaptive
And
reuse.
data
childcare
com is spelled
facility.
wrong anyways.
Oh, yeah,
Data COMM, one word.
so the former St. Francis School, probably everything after that, before you get to the Y is, should be lowercase.
Yeah, adaptive reuse. Childcare facility.
Oh, former Lewis Engineering.
Yeah, not adaptive reuse.
Well, that site should be taken down for the small ass.
So, yeah.
Recently, it's really formed Lewis Engineering.
Parking can be lowercase too.
Redevelopment small.
Yeah.
What is that? Brownfield,
Right. Hello.
2013 P O C D identified only a single brownfield site located on Maple Street.
Yeah, I think you could
Right there.
take down the brown, take the B off. There's no reason to have the B capitalized.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said where is Brownsville?
no, I mean, what is it? The sentence was just a weird sentence, is the brownfield, that was the title of a building title. I mean,
And then probably again, brownfield sites. That's captured.
Where is it?
Third paragraph,
I see.
third sentence down, sorry.
Brownfield site should be lowercase. Yeah, especially when it says a total of 22 brownfield sites were identified, they're all lowercase.
I know, they're going.
and bullet points like.
Yeah, the former Lanxess site area located along Rubber Avenue.
Shouldn't those both be areas,
Yes,
plural?
yeah,
Where's that?
the 3 bullet points there where it says former Lanxess site,
Yeah,
it should say areas located along Rubber Avenue. Areas in the boroughs downtown.
You want something to drink?
No, I got,
Okay.
And you're correcting that 1983.
I'm sorry, we will.
He tells himself that.
Where are you? At, oh yeah, 1983 is
Yeah.
1958. 2023,
Oh, that's supposed to be 1958.
yeah.
That's a little off.
It was off in our last one too.
SDDL,
One.
that should be changed to.
What should that be changed to?
Let me see.
Fund district.
Fundamental.
So you lose the L?
2 industrial districts and an SDD dash L. We have an SDD 1, not an L.
Four business districts, two industrial districts, and
And an SDDL.
USTD one.
Right.
Okay, so then the next one, since 2005, we have 12 design districts. Now. So that has to be reworded. We don't have an age restricted housing district.
Last paragraph, industrial, space. Needs to be lowercase former, next to Lanxess. Industrial and industrial parks.
Yeah,
And which one? Do
at the bottom of
industrial?
19, it's got former capitalized again. An industrial space at the beginning of that sentence should just be lowercase.
Okay, but that sentence up there, we have to either take it out altogether or
What sentence?
right after SDD one, since 2005, 3 design districts, we have 12 design districts. We don't have an age restricted housing district.
Well,
And
you can remove the aging restricted housing district. I think it's saying since 2005, 3 design districts have been added.
so when did
We
we?
don't have 3, we only have 2.
12 design.
No, planned development districts, we have 12.
Oh,
We only have 2 design districts.
since 2005, 3 designs, so they're calling it Rubber Avenue North and South. We only have Rubber Avenue and,
That gets a little confusing. We do have Rubber Avenue North and South, and we have, no, we have New Haven Road,
yeah,
North and South, and Rubber Avenue by itself.
but we really only have
But we
2.
really only have 2.
Do you agree, 2 design districts?
I mean, we say it, we don't call it New Haven Road North, New Haven Road South.
2 design districts since 2005. Restricted housing district.
An age restricted housing district does not exist.
It did,
Did it?
Silver one.
Yeah, we took it out.
Yeah, fine.
We removed
It
the
did exist and
regulation.
it's been removed.
Yeah. So you could take that section out.
Design
And
district.
a cluster subdivision regulation,
Do we add cluster subdivision regulations to the subdivision reg?
No,
so I would just take that whole line out. What's the purpose of the line? And however, few developments have taken place that would be governed by these newer district regulations. So I would take that out. What's the benefit of having those 2 lines in there?
I'll parentheses these and ask her and see if there's more, like, does she wanna highlight that we have 12 PDDs? Or we only have 2 design districts? What's the purpose?
But, and then she goes on to say, however, few developments have taken place that will be governed by these new districts. So I don't understand the purpose of it.
No.
The visionary and guidance document. We don't lose anything by striking since 2005, all the way through, these newer district regulations. I think that's entire, can be struck in its entirety.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah, I think that,
43, the road, that's it.
yeah, and then it goes right to there, yeah.
Okay.
Are we on 19 or 20?
I'm just finishing 19.
Bottom.
Again, you took where it says the former Lanxess, you took that on industrial space, you dropped it down.
One we on.
Four lines up from the bottom,
Yeah, I did that.
due to lack of industrial space in the borough. I don't like that phrase, you know, why not? A new industrial park is being planned,
Yeah. Is being developed,
is
because
being developed, yeah.
right,
To take out the.
due to the lack, yeah. A new industrial park is being developed at the former Lanxess
That's the
site,
former language, yeah.
yeah. It's a little more
That's,
positive.
and it's consistent with the two before.
And it goes along with the wording after it.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, due to lack of industrial space,
So I would remove due to the lack.
and then take all that out, and just say a new industrial park
Park.
is.
Is currently underway at the former Lanxess site.
And can we put industrial park 3? And it makes it reference that we already have 2 others.
You could put referred to as industrial park 3.
No objection.
And not such a project, but this project that received.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they do 3 or 2, I think 3 or 4. Okay, what are you saying? Such a project, you're saying this project?
Yeah, change it to this project.
So,
Community investment fund should be capital too, right? Because it's a CIF. Or it's CCF, what is it?
well, I think you could put community investment, but you should have, if you're capitalizing community investment, you should do fund as capital too.
Yeah.
And what about to the industrial park? Is it capitalized or no? No. Okay.
So the top of 20, we lost bond before, so let's do borough again.
That simply says it will increase the quality of life. So if you had 10 qualities in your life, we're gonna have 12. How about improve?
The Belmont town and with that well.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. I get, yeah,
Unless you're really gonna increase it, you can quantify that for me.
Right.
I would say they might be mathing.
improve the quality of life in the borough of Norton. I agree.
Establishment of downtown parking opportunities all over the place.
Well, that whole area, I think
Yeah.
I can take off all the capitalizations that we've done.
Except I wouldn't say the downtown facade program, because that is a.
That is a program, right?
I don't know about the sidewalk repair. If that's a program or a project, I would say that's more of a project.
No, it's a long-term program, the street department has mapped out over years.
Yeah,
It's
But
not
it's
a
not a
project.
project, well, projects take a while.
How is it funded as the sidewalk improvement program?
No, it's not,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not, it's separate,
Give it,
it's just regular general fund.
it's money coming out of our pockets. It's kind of
Okay,
like street paving.
On the record, well,
climate friendly, is that climate friendly? 2 words, no anything, small letters?
all okay.
Okay, this is me being picky on the, why can't the words go farther to the right-hand side, like number 6, management down below?
Shit.
I know I'm being picky and, in general, it's like all over the place. I think there's more real estate on the paper that we're not using.
Yeah,
So my next question with the next section, is it Route 8 core or Route 8 corridor?
Route 8. What did we call it before? Was it the Route 8 core?
I've always called it corridor.
But in our old P O C D, I think they called it the Route 8 core.
Okay. I'm not quite sure what number 4 says, means. What scale downtown means.
Isn't that the downtown facade program?
Where are you?
No, I skipped all the way to 4, I'm trying to.
I think the intent was for a unified theme for streetscape, building architecture and scale. Both downtown, there's one commercial corridor. I think scale is a continuation of. They want it to be balanced in the same way that streetscape, building architecture and so on. Scale downtown makes no sense.
So then put along downtown and commercial corridors, move the along to be for downtown. And then downtown is a small,
Small d.
Yeah.
what is the P O C D fall under? Remember they put it under something that you do, fair housing. That's what it-
Yeah, it's under the warehousing documents.
I moved to page 21 to remove blight from the enforcement task force committee.
Mhm.
And and quotes. Enforcement task.
There's definitely a font issue there too, we go.
I'm not even lined up. 8 and 9.
No, they're not.
Potential is lowercase.
They got that, Amy's that.
I'm like losing my concentration.
I would
what do we call it, enforcement council committee, right?
Yes.
Take out that municipally established, you need that hyphen. Replace.
Number two should say utilize and implement,
Where are you? Oh,
and then they'll have the Florida law, we plan to 50% survey. Great.
We change flag enforcement.
Yes, we just did.
enforcement council.
No, what is that? I'm slow.
I don't have that on my. That must be added. It's not in my copy here.
I think you gotta clean up. That's fine.
I think everybody in that committee gets a new title, enforcer.
Maybe surrounding the future.
Future new training.
So is downtown supposed to be capitalized? You put downtown and then small downtown neighborhoods. Downtown, is it a
I think she's labeling it as a destination.
concept, right?
I mean, like I'm reading on 23 and it's not capitalized, but. Yeah, we're waffling. But it was capitalized for the first 20 pages.
Page you on, Eddie.
So did somebody already say the ampersand on the third line? That should really be and.
Where you at?
23, sorry, I thought you were on 23. Third line down.
Yeah.
And then state underneath it should be lowercase too.
So it's communicated.
The next one is even better. The state of Connecticut is in the process of relocating the train platform to parcel B of the road downtown to parcel B.
Yes, we.
No, it doesn't exist, but we're relocating it from one place to the same place.
But we've done it well.
Parcel B,
Yeah,
parcel B, and then
That
just
should
take
be-
that.
It's two. It's to it. It's not from, it's two. There's two, so we lose one of the two parcels.
It's parcel B. Yeah, so it's just gonna say the state of Connecticut is in the process of relocating the train platform to parcel B.
Of the boroughs downtown, period.
You want that? Of the
Yeah.
boroughs downtown, okay?
No,
So the question, do you have capital D for downtown?
That's what I was.
no, let's use the lowercase this time. We can use the uppercase later.
2 words away.
Get downtown 4, so yeah, I'm getting.
The Bureau's future rail line platform. I wish it were here, but
Former lowercase.
former Lanxess has got to be changed to lowercase.
Where was
She
it?
got it one, but
Capitalize that.
the second time she uses Lanxess there, and the site should be. Not standard.
I'm just, I gotta.
just do a
I gotta
Google
paper
search
do it
for the
midnight.
word
Can't do
former
this all night.
Yeah,
and make them all.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Greensfield, is it Breens or Green?
Greenfield North, Greenfield South.
with Greenfield. I always called it Brains, I thought it was the name Brains.
I don't think field's supposed to be capital, but. Not the end of the world.
Well, if it's Sally Fields, it should be.
Right, okay, true. Is she field or fields?
There's a Greenfield.
Okay, so
Greenfield North,
yeah.
Greenfield South.
not to belabor the point, but jobs and unemployment, that's like what Ed was talking about before, it's all compacted together.
Yeah,
Where are you?
couple down,
Oh, but you said change it to Greenfield North and South, right? But they're called really
well, I think you can call it development of green fields.
of the green field, of the or of green fields.
Of Greenfield.
Fields, Fields.
Right, because it's both. North and
Just
south.
the lowercase f.
Yeah, it should be a lowercase f.
In the next paragraph, midway through, there was like H for health insurance, S for social assistance, retail, trade, manufacturing, accommodations. I don't think that's. None of those should be capital.
Yeah, because we're just talking like the fields
Yes,
or industries, yeah.
industries.
So where do you see this?
Midway
Uh,
through jobs and.
top industries in the borough of Norfolk in 2021 included healthcare and social, none of that needs to be capitalized.
Next paragraph midway through where it says 2017 to 2021 ACS data, I'm not quite sure that should be a capital D. And then in the same paragraph, state average is a lowercase.
Yeah, state average 26 minutes.
Yeah. Well, maybe that data is, I mean, that's the last word in that paragraph is capital D for data. I'm not convinced it is though. I think every. AC, what did we decide, we said that was something community survey?
American Community Survey.
Okay, census data. We can look at the, oh my God, TOD is back.
Yeah, we got it right away too.
Pedestrian connections, lowercase.
Wait.
Again, downtown should be low.
About an tax unemployment rate is 1%, oh, never mind, percentage rate left. What did you say, Ed?
Well, it says, the first bullet point, construction of the borough section of North River Greenwich, particularly the downtown section. Does downtown need to be capitalized there?
I don't know what we're doing with those downtown.
And I can think borough.
A pedestrian connection from the borough's downtown to Greenfield.
Well, that's a small c.
The downtown green, green fields again with that.
Pedestrian connection that big small.
It's getting late. Have we defined lot strip earlier in this?
No,
I don't believe we did.
no, we haven't, I thought that. Local. Capital improvement,
Lazy obnoxious chemical citizens in
I see it every day, so. Pardon me?
local obnoxious typical citizens in problem.
Yeah.
Local Transportation Capital Improvement Program.
And again, local,
Local Transportation Capital Improvement Program. Lots.
and.
I don't know where the old ones.
Capital.
We're both getting the same way.
Then put lots of after, right?
Right.
Or three upgrades should be lowercase.
Where are you?
Well,
3 down from the top.
downtown sewer and street upgrades,
Yeah, even upgrades we need to.
even the ampersand street and.
And sewer is lowercase, street is lowercase, upgrades
Upgrades
is
of
lowercase.
lowercase, yeah.
And then ARPA we should spell out.
Flooding and draining project, is that a title?
I don't think so. We just call it Terry Street. Right, Ed, or? I mean, that's what it's designed to address the, flooding and drainage.
Yeah, it's a small cities grant.
And it might be drainage, not draining, but.
Yeah, Cherry Street flooding and drainage. So smalls on all
Yeah,
Unless it's the title of a grant.
no, it's not a title of a grant, it's a title of a project.
It's a project.
We got a grant for
Project.
it.
Increased bus stops, providing bus stops don't have to be capitalized.
Yeah. And that same, sentence, lose the bonds and put boroughs. Downtown's capital.
Probably an increased number of bus stops. Unless you're
Making them longer.
I'll just wait longer and stuff. Okay, we get it.
you can get out here.
Let's just have the bus wait for an extra 5 minutes. Okay, thank God, 41, okay, we're more than halfway there,
Halfway?
more than halfway. So, the facade program, is that indented for a particular reason, the second paragraph in red? Oh, you can't see red,
And bolted.
Can I,
oh, go right ahead.
facade improvement program. Will not happen unless we get matching grant funding. Because 10 pages earlier, it was listed as an ongoing project that's already happening.
I think we have, do we have the funding? We just haven't implemented the program yet.
I
I
think we've
believe so.
started, I know it's on the agenda with the whole board.
They just got
So
the,
that's, so then all the future tense in this would be changed to current. We don't seek to implement, we are implementing.
I think they're
We have
still
a grant.
discussing it.
I think they just approved it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't-
you know what, maybe they did last week.
They
yeah, maybe
did,
they
and you just gotta.
I know it was on their agenda.
Yeah, I think that was on there.
Well, it says further on, the facade improvement is one of the economic development strategies that has been.
Oh, that paragraph. No, that one's fine. The other one. And then back on 20, it was cited as an active program that's already underway.
Well, it's like the new Penn State. If don't plan to use it. Come on.
We gotta continue on because we're never gonna get done with this.
Yes.
Okay, guiding policy for the next section, if we can bring up the new job creation to fill the line in.
Okay, wait, where are we?
Economic development policies and strategies. The policy champion should be Board of Mayor and Burgesses, shouldn't it? Or Naugatuck, how do you?
Well, they have
It's
the-
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah. Them in conjunction with the, Naugatuck, Development Court. I'd say both,
Borough of Naugatuck and NEDC.
NEDC.
yeah,
Can we spell that out?
yeah, I would. Corporation, yeah. So our goal by the end of tonight is to agree to this and
Instead of here, public
set
hearing.
a public hearing. Cause we'll be within the 65 days.
To be within the 35, 65, I had to send it to the borough board and
Okay.
to Naugatuck Valley Council of Government. Now 35, I have to post this on the borough website. I mean, yeah, town clerk, and I'll put it on the borough website. And I'm still waiting back for, cause comments. Yeah. 35 days prior, the commission shall file in the office of the town clerk a copy of such plan or part thereof or amendment thereto, but blah, blah, blah.
You know what day that is?
I
It's,
think you needed it.
next count, it's 35 days is next Monday, that's why we did this special meeting. So I will get this cleaned up and I will post it on the town clerk's board in our website. And then we have a meeting in December, the first Monday. And we could go through anything. The second Monday is our public hearing. Hopefully, if we have anybody or not, then we close it, open, close, adopt, set the effective date, and then I send it up to state.
Are we on 27? Or, I mean.
40.
41 soon.
I have 39, I don't know.
If no one cares, 27, I think, state statute section should have to be capitalized there.
Where are we?
27, second paragraph.
State of Connecticut General Statute section, the word section you're
I
saying?
think so.
Yeah, that's kind of-
23-8.
Yeah, I think that's capitalized. Del Gobo, can we spell that right? Can I just do Kevin Del Gobo Field or whatever the official name is down bottom? I'm skipping. Yeah.
Oh, you got Del Got, yeah, it should be G-O-B, isn't it BBO?
BBO, I think, yeah.
Yeah. G-O-B-B-O.
It's on one of my charts.
I think in,
It's the
Melissa, you have something?
Is it G capital?
Oh, yeah, give me a minute. I just gotta pull up my notes, sorry. Yeah, it's DELGOBBO, by the way. Yeah.
I think it's Kevin. I think it's.
Kevin Delgado.
Field.
But is the G capitalized?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Yes, it is.
Recent notable conservation and recreation projects, there should be no caps there, and I don't know if we need recent and notable or both. So. Moving on, pedestrian connection bonds, if we can make that borough. We'll go turbo.
Where were you? Oh,
The last bullet on 27.
%11 of the land also on the second paragraph, second section. I should write
So
out.
that's, yeah, reword it, wordsmith it so that it doesn't start. Okay. If we all have fallen asleep.
Page 30, the bottom, they have a good repair.
Where are you?
Page 30, bottom. See it, a good repair. That's what they broke everything. Right, 2000, sorry.
No, that's fine. At the bottom of 28, just lose a bunch of capitals. Hold on, look for it later.
I have a question about page 26. It mentions the Wilmot parcels. Were both of those grants acquired? Or have both of them been acquired? I didn't write which paragraph or which line, but somewhere in there it says,
27 Wilmot Farm Property Acquisition, Mission 22 Trail and YMCA.
So the Y was buying lots, right?
And part of it. Mhm.
but they haven't been purchased. Have either of those been purchased yet?
No, Mission 22 was
Good night.
4 weeks
It's
ago.
at 45 acres, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 43 acres or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that's adjacent.
That happened.
It did, okay.
I don't know about this, it's maybe the future acquisition.
It's just that it says recent notable projects include.
Yeah, and
The Y is still just in planning stages as far as,
It's a project, it isn't,
it isn't completed.
Yeah, it's a project, okay.
it hasn't happened yet.
No, I don't think it is.
there was another question, somewhere in there it mentions the state forest.
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's something about passive recreation. That is not a passive recreation area because there's hunting and dirt bikes and there's a gun range, and so that it shouldn't say passive.
way back.
So it's Guntown Pass,
Wait, it's permanent.
Yeah, it was something about the state forest.
Examples of this include the acquisition.
Sorry, I should have written down the I should have written down the line number.
Yes, you should have.
No, I highlighted this before. Back on page 20, I had a question with preserve and protect natural biological resources.
page
20.
20.
That was a highlighted one of the changes. I mean, I would prefer to say natural resources, including biological, because that just makes you're only trying to preserve natural biological resources, and I don't want to ever get stuck in that one.
Okay, where are you?
Sorry, the red and 20 mid, number 2.
Preserve and protect.
Natural biological resources.
So if we could just, including biological.
Preserve and protect natural resources, including.
Biological resources. I just don't want people, when I saw that before, I wrote a note, but I forgot to say it.
Right, it could be a geological.
Right, exactly, that's what I was
Could be-
thinking. I don't wanna limit it, because somebody's come back and said, you only want to do biological,
Right.
and
I found the spot on 26. It's in the third paragraph, second line. We say, page 26.
I was like,
Okay, it's actually 27. Where are you? Or
Oh,
what?
27. Third paragraph, second line. It says, and passive recreation areas. Oh, excluding nature preserves and state forest areas. Because it's saying passive recreation areas as if nature preserves and the state forest are passive.
No,
You don't really need to exclude the state forest there because it's not a passive recreation area, I guess, is what I'm
I
thinking.
think Naugatuck had about 250 acres of publicly owned sites, including the playgrounds, courts, and fields, excluding the nature preserve. Who owns that? In the state forest, we don't own those areas.
Well, the nature preserve is Guntown, right? And I think that's what they're referring to.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, it's just the way it's worded. It sounds like, we're saying it's playgrounds, courts, playing fields, and passive recreation areas, excluding nature preserves and state forests. As if those are passive recreation areas, but it's not really relevant. I mean, it's not important, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, your same comment back on page 5. Preserve value, community, natural, and biological and historical. Oh, we just found another page.
so 5,
First bullet at the bottom.
well, community, and that's where I think they were talking about like the history and everything else, but I mean, I think that's. I mean, we said it here, we refined it a little bit more in the other one, I'm fine with that.
Okay, and then however you put it here.
Okay.
And then I would love on page 28, for the guiding policy to include preserving additional open space. I know we put that in our suggestions and it wasn't included. Thanks for including some of our stuff though. But as page 27, let me just look where I was
I
thinking.
think it's 28 for us, guiding the conservation, open space, and recreational policies and strategies.
On my copy, it's 27. I think it's the top of this page you're looking at, or whatever. Remember that in the guiding policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would like it to include preserving additional open space as opposed to just preserving existing open space.
To preserve existing and possible future opens.
No, it's not possible.
I think the way we worded it was to preserve existing and additional open space in perpetuity. That was how we phrased it.
You think about.
People in what we've just heard is possible expansion of open space, and this does absolutely not allow for that.
Well, item 2 says develop an open space plan. So, I mean, maybe it could come out of there. I mean, if anything, it would be a consider, I don't think it should be a must.
No, I agree with you. But there's nothing in here that would require anybody to consider if land became available to reserving it as open space.
Which we do, we can get some, we're getting water company property over here and some of it is.
But it's, yeah, but it's on a site by site, case by case basis. If- Say that sentence existed 5 years ago and we got parcel A and B, we're gonna preserve that as permanent open space? It has to be looked at in context,
Right.
which is more than just,
I think the open space plan might address it. Which was one of the action items.
Develop an open space plan, which includes a concept plan for open space linkages.
I think the point's well taken, but it's.
Perhaps
Right.
something could be added to that line. Includes a concept plan for open space linkages and preservation of additional property or something like that, maybe.
Well, policies.
Well, I mean, that's just saying develop a plan. It's not saying actually do it. Right? I mean, develop a plan and never follow through on it, I suppose.
No, what we want,
So-
what we want to require is consideration. And there's nothing in here that says, there's a piece of land between Lantern Park and 63. It's entirely undeveloped. The borough doesn't own it. It's not part of Hop Brook. Should that become available, the borough should consider reserving it. You follow my point?
Right, because it's linked to something that might be.
Yeah. And you can read this whole page. And the only thing that comes close is consider acquiring property around the Naugatuck River when such property becomes available.
I think I'll just gonna do that. Begin with anything that has history, they do the best to look around it and see what they can do for keeping our history in our community.
So guiding policy, preserve existing open space, protect sensitive natural resources and expand access to recreational activities for all purposes. And consider acquisition of future.
I don't think it should be a guiding policy though. I mean, I think it's up to the open space plan for that group that does it to figure it out.
And
And the plan will figure it. However they, wanna create or advise, provide guidance.
So
and
add
where
it to
is
the end of
the
that,
open space group on this page?
second
no,
one,
it says develop a plan.
develop an open space plan, which
Okay.
includes a concept plan for open space linkages and.
I don't, I think we defer it to that group of people, like, they're charged with coming up with a plan. Whoever's on, whoever develops that.
Who would do that?
I mean, the town could, the land trust could, the land trust, if the state starts funding again, the land trust can buy its stuff. Get funding, match it, get the town, I work
But
with the,
I don't think the town would let the land trust develop the open space plan for the town. Honestly, they don't even talk to the land trust. They barely talk to our conservation commission, and we're a commission on the town, with the town. I mean, I know it's like a goal for the town, but it should, I'm just wondering, actually it'd probably fall on you, Lori, right? To develop an open space plan, since you're land use, right? One more hat for you to wear.
Yeah, if they would have blocked it anywhere. it would be
Where's everybody on here?
Right.
You'll be free in January.
Yeah, you get all this done in 1 year.
Sorry.
If she doesn't quit after doing this thing, right?
Uh,
Don't leave us.
Yeah, we could keep it there and
Run your words by me one more time, please.
I was thinking, we had written to preserve existing and additional open space in perpetuity. But I was thinking if you add something at the end of the number 2 there, which includes a concept plan for open space linkages and preservation of additional open space.
Trying to think what our definition of open space is today.
Is it in the definitions
we
of
don't
this
have,
plan? Is there a definitions page?
no, there's no definition.
I suggest that you have a definition page. I suggest you have an acronyms page with all the acronyms and the definitions, passive open space, active open space. And then I think it's clear to the person who's reading it, the lay person who's reading this afterwards would understand it more. It really needs to have definitions. I'm surprised you said there is no definition page.
Well, there's a definition within this commission of open space. That's the subset of subdivision land that's set aside,
Right.
given to the town.
And what's the definition for passive open space?
No, we only have a definition for open space.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. I
Additional
think the document should have the definition for both passive open space and active open space. That's the problem.
What did you say the definition for open space is? And that's in our regs, right? That you're,
It's in our subdivision regulations.
In our subdivision regulations on the planning commission.
Mhm.
It's the subset of the subdivision land that is set aside 10%. And donated to the town when a subdivision is approved.
oh, wow. So it only includes like those little parcels that we get set asides, basically. That's interesting.
That's what we control in the realm of open space. And it goes to the town without restriction.
Yeah, yeah.
You can put a school on it, you can make it passive, you can put baseball fields in, you can leave it fallow. That's,
But by that definition, if you only add at the end of number 2, if you only add the additional acquisition of open space, by that definition, that's only saying, make sure we take land from the developer, when they make a subdivision. It's not like you were talking about, like a piece of land comes available, like that, a piece that's adjacent to the bridle trail or adjacent to Guntown or something like that. That isn't included in that definition, right? It's only subdivision land.
definition of the land that the planning commission
Yeah.
can determine is open space. It's not, that doesn't define all sources of available land. The town could acquire land and designate it as open space from a myriad of sources if they choose to do so.
Okay.
Legally,
So wouldn't restrict the term open space if you put it in this plan. That definition wouldn't restrict the term if you put it in this plan.
Well, what about this section?
no, but some of your other words would.
Elaborate with the.
Passive and in perpetuity. Ain't gonna happen.
No.
That's.
Neither of those.
What about 5 and 6 talks about passive.
Borough can create passive open spaces, and so choose.
Collaborate with the Connecticut Park and Forest Association to promote passive recreation on state forest land and collaborate with the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development to promote passive and active recreation on municipally owned land. Is that?
It doesn't say we should save more land, but it says promote that type of recreation on the existing land.
I don't think we can speak for the borough and put into a document that.
Yeah. Okay. And.
What we have insofar as the, under item 2 in the open space and recreation recommended action, we're recommending that they develop an open space plan, and from that.
Right, but
That's not our.
that's not our purview, yeah. That's fine, I can say.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with the town's plan saying, I mean, the town's plan also says we should have more public housing, or we should have more, we should acquire more greenway, we should finish. I mean, there's a lot of we shoulds in this plan. So I know, why shouldn't we say we should acquire more open space? Or preserve more open space. Doesn't even mean the town has to acquire it. I mean, could preserve it in other ways, like working with the land trust or working with, a state organization or something like that to preserve. So I don't think there's anything wrong with making suggestions in this plan. It seems like that's what the whole plan is.
Well, it's a document that, we're making a level of commitment to that they're gonna use as a resource for 10 years. And I don't think we can make those statements in this document. I really don't. We can't commit for the next 10 years to follow that. Not that we won't follow it, and not that we won't figure out when we have an open space, opportunity, but that's not for us to judge.
That's unfortunate. Okay.
Excuse me, this is Christine speaking. Amendments can be done on this document. Things can be changed on the document within the next 10 years. So you can't go forward if you're still stuck in the past. So think about that, and think about the amendments, and think about making changes, because it will happen. Thank you.
What page are we on?
I'm not very long.
At the bottom of 30, I have vehicle miles and travel, all caps. So that's my answer. I'm on 33.
Number 6.
33 downtown, the sewer and streets upgrade, that can all be lowercase. In the middle of 33, borough instead of bond.
Hold on, Speedy.
I have homework due at midnight, guys. I gotta get down.
You get the bottom of 30 vehicle mile travel.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, we got
I
that.
threw that really quick. And flipped.
Get the bottom one, the third flooding and resiliency upgrades through the BON. Okay, 33.
And then on the bottom where it says guiding policy, those two should all be lowercase.
We're on page 33. You see the bullet points?
Mhm.
You look right here,
Yeah,
right there.
so all of these. Drainage improvements and resilience.
No, the BON, she's saying it should say Borough of Norwich.
Will your software do that? If you change BON in one place, it
If I, yeah, I
goes
see
through
it.
the whole
Yeah.
document and do it?
Um,
It's the same with the acronym.
Replace, yeah.
Yeah. Find it and
What
replace.
was your other one on the bottom of 33, you said?
oh, the twos, I think. In the guiding policy, the twos are capital.
To ensure.
Yeah, to ensure, to limit,
Oh, okay, the T.
yeah. Minor, but you know, the school enrollment, paragraph 2, it should be just like a 81 with an M instead of writing all the zeros.
Where are you at?
36,
$81 million.
81 million,
So it
so
should be 81.
M, the capital M, because that's what we did before.
Yeah,
I don't know if state of the art needs to be capitalized in the middle paragraph there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 38,
Okay, well, let me ask you one other thing, quickly, all the bullet points, like we see where some are periods, some aren't, should they have no periods?
If they're ending a sentence, it should be like or stating a sentence, right?
oh god, yeah, like,
won't hurt to put them in,
Danielle, what the policy is, because it's inconsistent throughout the whole document.
right? It's like she wrote it more than one time, did it, sometimes didn't.
I had that question, but I wasn't there gonna ask it.
About all I can see right now, I don't see.
I'm on 38,
Who's Moody's?
that's, well, Moody's is a, organization, so S&P is
So-
Standard and Poor's.
Yeah,
It's a rating organization.
It's a rating, finance.
Yeah.
Bond rating.
yeah, it's the bond rating.
So second sentence, if we can make that 10 members,
10,
yeah, just add TEN.
Yeah.
Does it gotta be AA3 capitalized?
Yeah, that might be right. because
A
up
small,
and- it's probably right.
Okay,
That, I mean, I don't know if that's, we just got rated like a month ago, so that looks like it's the right one, and, S&P should be Standard and Poor's.
spell it out.
Yes, please.
if you spell out Moody's, you should say the.
The guiding policy is scrunched together, but
Yeah, I couldn't tell that. It looked like it was.
page 40. First paragraph, we have revised draft is within the, comma. But the second paragraph starts off with revised draft. I think we need to lose the comma.
Oh, the second word says the revised comma draft, yeah,
Yeah, I
it
think
should
we
just
need
say
the second
revised
comma.
draft.
And
It should be a number 6 instead of a word 6, let's use numbers throughout your
Where are you?
there is a-
same line. Revised draft 2013-18 plan is organized around 6 growth management principles.
Let's put
I
the,
think it should be a number 6 instead of SIX.
You don't need the SIX or do this, yeah, do this. Cause it's not starting the sentence, could be wrong, but
no. Quantify it.
On 41. The last references, you should put Borough of Naugatuck, the second to last one, 2023 affordable housing thing instead of BLN.
Well, the BLN and POCD is a couple places, so.
Yeah, so you could just change that. We're gonna have to read over this again. 100%. Do something for Michelle. She's been so quiet.
I second that.
Okay.
Any further comments from anyone? If not, I will entertain a motion to establish a. I didn't forget. To establish public hearing.
Set.
Convene a public hearing on December 11th at 6:15 PM.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing December 11th.
Okay,
We have to do anything with the P O C D?
no, I have to clean it up now and I'm gonna post it on the town clerk's board and on the,
Does it have to get sent to any other towns?
oh,
Easy, Tonto.
read the stretch.
You just send it to Kai.
Correct, I'm waiting for their comments and that will come this, the end of November. So at our, I'm gonna correct this, post it where I have to post it, but then because of the 35 days, we'll get COGS comments. That's the purpose of a public hearing, to get comments. We will hopefully close the public hearing, set an adoption date, and then I'll make any further, adopted with these changes that we have. And I'll have it up to the state by the first of the year.
Where's Ray?
Right?
Ray,
Oh, okay. I make a motion to adjourn.
second?
Thank you, everybody. 8:52.